The emergency stockpiles are now at their lowest level in, 40 years?
Yeah, and that is the consequence of a very unusual move by the Biden administration to draw down 180 million barrels. We had never really seen that before from what's called the SPR, the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. And that is where oil is stored as a safety measure so that in times of emergency, such as warfare, or as we saw later in the year when we saw soaring inflation, Congress can tap that. The downside is that the reserves have now been brought to a 4-decade low. So the 6 million barrels purchase, we understand, is set for both October and November. The administration is also expected to purchase a total of 12 million barrels this year. Of course, the market conditions will determine that. We do know that they bought about 3 million barrels in September at a price of just under 72 a barrel. That's lower than the average 85 a barrel that crude sold for last year, and they're going to buy again as possible. Meanwhile, we're talking about starting to show strength. Certainly an oil price. We're seeing West Texas Intermediate traded here in New York holding close to $74 as it ended the week for the second straight week higher. Same thing with crude oil, Brent crude, which has also shown some strength and tightening. This on the heels of a series of OPEC plus cuts in production. Saudis also raising the price of crude to many of their customers, and this has been relief for traders who have seen a lot of sliding in price as there's been disappointing strength in the China rebound and the recovery.
So we're also watching this nat gas platform explosion in the Gulf of Mexico that's getting a lot of scrutiny.
Yeah, there are some issues as to safety and environment, and also there's been a significant loss in oil output. This is Pemex, which is Petróleos Mexicanos. It is the state-owned Mexican oil platform that is in the Gulf of Mexico. It lost production capacity for about 700,000 barrels of oil, the company says, or more than a third of its daily output after a massive explosion on an oil platform in the Gulf on Friday. Now, at least 2 people died. 1 is missing. Another 8 were injured. They expect the output loss to be temporary. Bloomberg has also been reporting they lost about 11% of their total daily natural gas output. We're seeing a bit of a bid under nat gas at this hour. As mentioned, Pemex has come under a lot of scrutiny from its analysts for environmental and safety issues. In fact, in the back half of May, about half of its refineries had accidents or fires. So likely to be a lot more investigation there.